All right, let's continue. Please note these things down. One, compilers. Compilers. The spelling is Compilers. 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 No, write it down. Compilers. Write console. 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 Right. The next thing you should write it down is okay. Let me start this. The next thing is hash, right? Hash in, include. Let me actually visualize so that those who can hear can. Let me open visualize it. Okay, so let me write compilers console hash include. This will be a vital point in our programming of C++. And this you should know it by heart. It should just be in you. Even if you are asleep, when you wake up, you should remember.
Sir,
Yes, please.
please, I can't see.
Yes, I'm here to. I'm here to.
Okay.
All right.
Uh,
I'm compiling them in the text editor, then show it. Okay. Now I think it's ready. Let me show it. Which one? Okay, this one. Okay. Now I hope everyone can see my screen, please.
Yes.
Yes. So I'm talking about these down here. And if you didn't also get the links, these are the links for the various, the top ones. These are the link for the various softwares you have to download for use. The down here, let me bring. Okay, so these we am coming to explain them one by one so that okay. These one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. These eight features or key points. I'm going to take my time, take you through this. Then our class will end for today. I'm going to take my time, explain these things to you. Then our class will end peacefully today. For you to be able to understand C++ or to be able to build an app or a system in C++, you should understand this. from your heart. Even if you are asleep and you are being asked, you should be able to explain all these. With this, you are good to go to build any app. Okay. After this class, please go and download your various softwares on your machines and keep on practicing with your HTML and CSS. Build your robust websites. Okay, now encapsulation. One, encapsulation. Let me bring it to the very low level. Okay, you have a room. You have your room. You build your. Let's say you build your house, and in your house you have a particular room. You placed your gold in that room, so you've locked that room. Now, you've locked the room with the door that has a key. Okay, the key is with you. Now, you want to get access to the gold. Maybe you want to go and take it and go and sell it. But remember, before you can get access to that gold in the room, you would have to open the door with your key before you can enter the room and take your gold. Ladies and gentlemen, that is encapsulation. I'm going over. You've built your house, and inside your house, you have a specific room. You've put your dollars inside or your good. You've locked the room with a door key. The key is with you. Now, whenever you want to go and take some dollars for your rounds, you have to go to the door, open it with your key, then you enter and take your dollars. Without your key, you cannot enter the door because there is a lock. You have to bypass the door before you can get to your room and pick whatever you want to take. That is the whole concept of encapsulation. Okay, now the definition. Encapsulation, it is the process of putting an object or is the process of placing or yes, placing an operator on an object whereby the object can only be accessed through that operator. I go over again. Now, encapsulation is the process of putting or placing an operator on object, whereby the object can only be accessed through the operator on that object. So I gave you an example. You have the room is full of your gold. Before you can get access to your gold, you have to pass through the door. Here, the door is your operator. Any question here? Okay, very fantastic. No question. Let's move on. We are moving on to algorithm. Please write them down. Algorithm. Now, you want to cook. Let me say you want to fry an egg. Before you want to fry an egg, you would have to get your egg, your saucepan, your oil, then your fire. You have these elements or accoutrements or things that will help you to fry your egg. You have it. Now, how are you going to fry your egg? One, you put on your fire. You place your saucepan on it. Put some oil. Break your egg, you stir it, you pour it, you keep on changing the position of the egg. Then the egg is boiled or fried. You are satisfied with it. You take off your saucepan from the fire. You serve your egg. Then you eat it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is algorithm. Now, you see, you pass through a process before you were able to get the final product of the egg to consume. Now, the step by step way of doing something is called an algorithm. The step by step way of solving a problem is called an algorithm. I go over again. The step by step way of solving a problem is called an algorithm. Any question? Right. If there are no questions, I'm continuing. So right now we know encapsulation, we know what an algorithm is. Okay. Now, compilers. You as a human being, you have your language. So I'm going to eat, I'm going to drink water, I'm going to play, I'm going to school, I'm coming. You have your language. When you speak this language to your your fellow human being, he or she is going to understand this language. But when you speak this language to a machine, the machine is never going to get this language. Okay. Someone in the artificial intelligence class might say, what about Siri or Google Assistant? You speak, they understand. They don't understand what you speak. They convert what you speak to their language before they are able to respond it. So if you are asking that question in your mind, I've answered you. Okay. Now you are going to, in C++, you are going to give your editor or the thing or the environment you are going to use, you are going to give it an instructions to perform an action. Now note, the instruction you as a human being you are going to give is very higher for the editor to convert it. The editor needs something that can reduce that language to the level of the machine so that the machine can interpret it to understand or better understand what you are demanding it to do. Ladies and gentlemen, that is compiler. A compiler, in fact, runs the codes you are going to give to the editor, interpretate it to your machine to get it before it produces an output for you. Let me add one thing here. Output, then input. You need to know this. Input. Okay, I go over a compiler again. A compiler, it is a program or a software that will convert your language, your high level language to the machine's level so that it can translate everything you are telling your program to do perfectly. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a compiler. Any question?
So please can you go over again? I was writing.
Okay. When we say a compiler is a program or a software that is going to translate the language you are giving to the machine's level, so that it can perform whatever actions you are telling it to do. For example, maybe you are using C++ to build a calculator or age calculator or any app. Now, you tell your app, look, when someone input 4 and someone press on the plus sign and press on the 2 sign or the 2, calculate it together and give that person an answer. You don't define the answer should be say no, it will do it itself. Now, the language you've given to the app the app doesn't understand. You will see in this C++ we are coming to do. After coding, you click on something called run. When it runs, it's going to convert your program to the machine level. Then you see something will come called output. The output is going to be the result. What do you want to see with the instructions you've given to the machine? Compiler helps to perform the instructions, what language you've given to the app to do. It explains it to the machines to understand it. Any question? Okay, we are done with compilers. Now, when we say input, what is an input? An input is what you are going to give to your program. So all these text editors you are going to download, either you are with an Android or Windows or Mac or iOS, the app you are going to download, it will require you to code. Now, what you are coding is called the input. What you are going to put there is called input. Right. Any question with that?
The teacher going to send us a reading material.
Yes, I'll be sending you reading materials.
Okay.
All right. Now, let's move to the next one called output. An output is the end result of your coding. So you open your editor, your C++ editor, then you input your logic, your algorithm, your whole lot. The input will take it, the compiler will the compiler will transform this input to the machine level, then the results will be popped out in an output manner. So the output is the result. The output is your result of the coding. The output is a result of your coding. Any question? Okay, that one also take. Now, console. Console. When I started coding, I was in level I think level 200 or level 100 last semester, second semester, level 100 second semester. Then I started coding. In fact, I began with C++ before I even came to know the rest. I know a lot of coding, programming languages. Okay. Now, I built so many apps with the C++. One thing you realize is that C++ basically when you are starting deals with console. When we talk about a console, it's not a graphical user interface. So it's not like an interface you'll be seeing and you'll be clicking. No, it's a dark surface. It depends on the editor you are going to use. That's where it's going to pop up your results. So if the app you build needs to interact with a user, so I build an app. I still have the app there. I built an app whereby You will just input your age. So if you are 13 years, you input 13, the app will generate the date you were born. So I input 13, the app will say, oh, maybe say, oh, Kala, you were born on 5th May 1948. I built such an app. But the user will interact with C++, please. The user will interact with this console. So the console, the app you are going to build will run in .exe, you will know, or is an execution file. It will execute, then okay, very good. Now the machine language, you get a chance to see how the machine transform what you've written in the high language to the machine. You see the language the editor is going to pick, you see it's very different. You can't even understand it. So you get a chance to see that. Okay, so the console is where the user will interact with your software, or you yourself, when you are testing it, you will interact with that particular software you built. Okay, so that's it for the console. Now, in fact, I'll when we start, I'll be giving you apps to build. I have sample apps. You'll be building same apps. It shouldn't be more difficult for you. Now, these things, in fact, these ones, they are sample codes of C++. In HTML and CSS, you will just start doc type or exclamation mark doc type HTML, then you start your head, your body, your footer, then you start writing however you want to design your website. Now, this doesn't work that way. This doesn't know how to blend more programming language. This doesn't work that way. This is a whole different concept. Okay, now in C++, your first line of code is hash include into bracket, like no, in the tag IO stream. You see, this one is totally different from the HTML and CSS. Hash include inside the tag IO stream. Now, this hash include IO stream is telling your editor, or what you are going to use, the editor you are going to use, that look, open up for me, hash include these things I'm coming to use. I'm coming to use an IO stream, which is a library in C++. So we will start coding with those things. You get to know the examples of these IO streams. In C++ too, you can actually write to a file. So let's say, okay, I build an app, a receipt app, whereby the user will come, or okay, mostly receipt app, the cashiers use it. So when you go to a mall or the supermarket, you see you finish buying something, then the user will the cashier will take the thing, either scan it or input manually. To the user will take what you bought. So you bought sardine. Sardine is let me say 4 Ghana cedis. So you enter 4 Ghana cedis. Then click, enter. Then you see the receipt will come out. That one, C++ built it. Now, it's going to take the input the cashier is going to input, print it on a file, then the file will come out. It's not rocket science, or it's not magic. It's just coding. It's coding that does all that. You should be able to build such simple like that. You will learn how to build it. Okay, we have using namespace. This is also a code. Using namespace std. The using namespace std here, okay, it's also a header. So before you even come, so this is how our structure will be. Has include IOStream. Then you come again, you write using namespace std is a studio, a library, std. Int main, integer, and we are in the main library. So inside this bracket, we are going to write our code. So you see in HTML, inside the body, we will write our code, or inside the header or inside the footer. In C++, inside this bracket, here is where we are going to code everything. So after coding, here is called return zero. It means give us our results. When you run it, you should be able to run your program. You are going to encounter a lot in C++. Stand well, because if you get this encouraged, or if you face a little problem, then you be like it's difficult, you are done. You can't continue. In C++, it's very technical than HTML. You take your time to write your code. You go through the dot you didn't bring, your code, the whole code can run. The comma you refused or you overlooked, it will make your whole code unusable. Please, this programming language, take your time, go through it before you start running your programs. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you need to know before we officially start programming in C++. Any question? Right. So write these things down. You will need this. You will need this. Write them down. So this is the beginning.
And
Yes, Galaxy.
the console, I didn't get it well.
Okay. So the is your name Galaxy? I want to know your name.
No, Olivia.
Olivia. Okay, Olivia. Now the console here is where you are going to type. No, it's actually where it's going to output your code, so your results. So the console shows your output. Do you get it?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. So this is what you need to know about C++. In our next meeting, everyone should have his or her editor ready, understand all these are done, so that when we start programming something. Our first code we will write is hello world. Hello world. So maybe some of you can go and research and try working with it. That's fine. But we will officially start come this Thursday. That's when we have another class. Okay, it's going to at least last 1 hour, 30 minutes or 2 hours. We will start programming, building our softwares. Get your editors ready. Before that, please don't throw the HTML and CSS away. We will build upon it again. On weekends, we are going to learn Bootstrap. It's another programming language. That's going to We are going to add up to HTML and CSS to help you design your website more. So on weekends, we are going to be back on the HTML and CSS to follow again. I will join your WhatsApp group today, your main WhatsApp group today. Um, any question? If you have any question too, you can DM me on Slack or on the WhatsApp. We will discuss about it. That's HTML and CSS. And those who just joined, they've released the hackathon link. We have a portion for programming class. We have a price tag for programming class. That's each of you or whoever want to submit a project, start working on it, either a website or an app that's using the C++ for an app, or a website using HTML and say start building on it. They've given us 5 slots, five for best project, or yeah, for the coding class. At least you should build something very unique. Apart from your certificate, you can get an award attached to that. Please do well to actually start selecting.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Please, on the C star or yeah, something like that. You said you give us a note on that, but I haven't seen any note. Not
Which
on
one?
Slack channel, on WhatsApp.
Which one?
The one we did, I think last week, yes.
Another thing, they are watching into video.
On what?
Please.
Something about
C
On what?
star.
I'm not getting on
On,
what.
that
I think, is it the CS, yes, CS star or C star or something like that?
CSS. I've sent your materials. Okay. Are you
Not,
on Slack?
I'm not on Slack.
Okay. Okay. Are you in the not on Slack WhatsApp group?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'll do well. Sorry for that. I'll do well to send it today. In fact, after this class, I'll forward it to you. Right?
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay. I will also do well to send your reading materials for C++. But please, before you move to C++, understand your HTML and CSS. Keep on practicing with it. Don't go and confuse yourself, even as we've not started officially. You will let it rest. Download your text editor, let it rest, and continue practicing with your HTML and CSS. Thank you very much. I'll send this recordings as soon as they are done so that they can upload it on their channel for you to watch for a recap before the next one. Thank you. Those who haven't submitted their HTML and CSS assignment, I'll still take it whenever you are ready. Thank you very much.